slipped through the archway behind. None dare these hallowed halls while I stand guard. No other eye is half so keen as mine. The crowd erupted in laughter. Calandra smiled at him, and her delight penetrated his gloom, softening and illuminating its source. You were late because you were losing time with hearthstones again. He was so sure of the answer he didn't phrase the words like a question. She sighed at him. Is that what you want to talk about? We're here together. Isn't this a better way to remember Riala than sitting alone in a dark corner with a bottle and a full measure of resentment? The crowd was rocked with laughter in their seats. She always saw to the heart of his thoughts, but he wasn't going to let that deter him this time. I'm sick of those damned things. They killed Riala. The Queen and Balan are obsessed with them, and no one can tell where Commander Rennick has gone, except that he's hunting hearthstones. The commander always makes it back, Calandra said confidently. Until now he has. Are you going to get lost too? She placed a hand over his. We need to know where they come from, what they are, how best to use them. He swore. So you are going to keep at them. Her voice lowered so that even he had to strain to hear. My assignment comes straight from the Queen. This is important, Kirkanal. Screw the Queen. She flicked him a sly smile. Is that who you have your eyes on next? Calandra had never let him forget Queen Leonara had overtly flirted with him during a banquet a year ago. The best part had been Denovan's obvious and impotent rage while he watched farther down the table. Until that moment, the reference had always amused him. The hearthstones may be dangerous, Calandra conceded, but they're a significant source of power, and the Queen isn't foolish to seek them. The Naor have us outnumbered 10-1, and Mazakan's still plotting our end. We need all the help we can get. Which is why we need all the Altenerai on the alert, not chasing pretty rocks. She frowned. You'd really rather argue politics than enjoy the play? What I want, he said, is for you to be safe. He realized the absurdity of that sentiment the moment he stated it, and added, as safe as can be, given our circumstances. You're treading awfully close to that line we agreed not to cross, aren't you? No talk of futures, right? There's a war on, and we're in the vanguard. So why agonize over what we can't control? Should I rend my garments every time you scout enemy lands? We're not carefree lovers. We have jobs to do. But right now, she reminded him, this night, we're together. She squeezed his hand. Riala wouldn't want us arguing. We shed enough tears the night she died. You're right, Kirkanal agreed. It was that shared grief that had finally brought the two of them together. A relationship that had surprised him most of all, for he'd been fairly sure as he came up the ranks that Calandra hated him. I'm usually right. He bowed his head. Very well. I set my worries aside. Your presence before me commands the whole of my attention. My eyes are for you, as well as my lips and my fingertips. With slow deliberation, he lifted her hand and gently kissed it. She repeated the gesture, and he felt the light touch of her tongue against his final knuckle before she released it, even as she favored him with a lascivious side glance. As he moved to meet her lips, the scent of honeyed blossom soaps and the softness of the fabric she wore surrounded his senses. Desire burned bright, like a sun breaking from a summer storm cloud. She pulled away, laughing silently, and looked into his eyes. Few stared that deeply into those fully dark orbs. He knew they found them unsettling. Her regard always pleased him. None can compare, he announced simply. Not even the busty girls you were sneaking around with in Derasis in your squire days, she teased. As though measurements equated with beauty, he replied with formal, if slightly exaggerated, sincerity. My lady, I am a connoisseur.